From Robert Gomez's impossible putt at the 1990 Nestlé Invitational to Tiger Woods' iconic chip-in for victory at the 2005 Masters, these are the most jaw-dropping shots in golf history. Golf is a game of discipline, patience, and precision, but sometimes a little magic is needed. At the 1990 Nestlé Invitational, Robert Gomez's final shot became an instant golfing legend. Gomez, a 21-year-old rookie fresh off his first career win at the Tucson Open, found himself playing against the seasoned Greg Norman. He trailed by one stroke, needing a miracle shot to win. Standing 176 yards away from the pin on the 441-yard par 4, the pressure was immense. But Gomez kept his cool. He opted for a bold play, choosing a 7-iron and striking the ball with surgical precision. The crowd watched as the ball soared through the air, landing perfectly on the green. Then, with a magical bounce, it rolled directly into the cup, and the stadium went wild. This eagle shot not only secured the win for Gomez, but he also made Bay Hills history. The cheering was so loud that it informed Norman of the incredible shot as he was teeing off on the 17th. A permanent plaque now marks the spot on the 18th fairway where Gomez stood, immortalizing the incredible shot that sealed his victory. As awesome as this was, fast forward a decade to the year 2000, and another young star was about to go down in golfing history with a shot that defied belief. Tiger Woods' performance at the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am is truly underrated. As the final round began, Tiger found himself trailing by 7 strokes with only 7 holes left to play. The situation looked bleak, yet Tiger refused to give up. The turning point arrived on the par 4 15th hole. Tiger pulled off an audacious holdout eagle from 97 yards away. The eagle sparked a fire, and Tiger birdied the next hole to close the gap. By the time he reached the final hole, Tiger had not only erased the 7-stroke lead, but had also built a 2-shot advantage. A final birdie sealed the deal, securing his victory with a score of 15 under par, and it marked his 6th consecutive tour victory. Tiger Woods' first-class skills weren't limited to Pebble Beach. Just a year later, in 2001, he proved himself at the Players' Championship. Tiger Woods' incredible birdie putt on the 17th hole is something both players and fans alike will never forget. The iconic 17th at TPC Sawgrass, an island green surrounded by water, is super challenging for even the most seasoned golfers. For Tiger Woods in 2001, the pressure was particularly intense. Despite being the world #1 and on top of his game, some doubted his ability to conquer the stadium course. But doubt is where Tiger finds his motivation, and so he made a stunning comeback in the 3rd round. Facing an impossible 60-foot putt downhill with a triple break, Tiger defied expectations. His putt rolled smoothly across the bumpy green, finding the perfect line. It then dropped perfectly into the cup. This led the audience to cheer so loudly that the ground started shaking. Tiger, energized by the crowd's reaction, finished the round with a score of 66 and went on to claim his first Players' Championship victory. Years later, reflecting on this iconic moment, Tiger himself called it one of the most iconic moments of his career. Another iconic moment in Tiger's amazing career happened in 1997, where he would take the 16th hole at the Phoenix Open by storm. At just 21 years old, Woods was already a force to be reckoned with on the PGA Tour, having 3 victories under his belt. On the final round Sunday, facing the intimidating 16th hole, a par 3 completely surrounded by grandstands, Tiger did the unthinkable. With a perfectly struck 6-iron from a distance of 170 yards, he aced the hole. Along with bragging rights, this achievement also came with a handsome prize: a brand new off-white Oldsmobile Aurora with a 1997 sticker price of $35,000. But the real reward was the sheer joy it brought to the fans, as empty and even full beer cans began raining down from the ecstatic crowd. But before Tiger Woods, there was Bob Tway, who made golfing history at the 1986 PGA Championship. Norman had dominated the tournament for the first 3 rounds, leading by 4 strokes with just 8 holes remaining. Tway, then 27, on the other hand, was a rising star in his 2nd year on the tour, hungry for his first major win. Tway played with exceptional focus, saving pars and sneaking in 3 birdies to catch up with Norman's lead. A decisive moment arrived on the 11th hole. Norman, sadly, found his ball nestled in a deep divot left by another player, leading to a double bogey, a costly error that halved the lead. Tway birdied the par 5 13th and matched Norman's bogey on the 14th, bringing them neck and neck with 4 holes to play. Both golfers displayed nerves of steel, but the drama reached its peak on the final hole, a par 4 known for its unforgiving short finishing stretch. While Norman's chip rolled off the green, Tway, facing a challenging bunker shot, did the unthinkable. With a full swing from the sand, he holed the putt, sending the crowd into a frenzy. This incredible shot secured him a birdie and the championship victory by 2 strokes. As Norman faltered with a bogey, the image of Tway's celebration in the sand is powerful. It was a moment that not only marked his first major win, but also announced the arrival of a new star on the tour. Norman, ever the sportsman, was the first to congratulate Tway. Another brilliant winning shot happened at the 2012 Masters tournament by Louis Oosthuizen. This young golfer achieved the impossible on the iconic 575-yard par 5 second hole, a double eagle. He went from third place to a 2-shot lead, leaving Phil Mickelson and Peter Hansen playing behind him, completely unaware of what was going down. Imagine their surprise as they approached the green, only to see Oosthuizen's starting score of 7 miraculously transformed into a 10. This wasn't just a hole-in-one, it was an albatross, a term reserved for a shot 2 strokes under par on a single hole. In the entire history of the Masters, this has only been achieved 3 times. The 253-yard downhill 4-iron defied expectations. It took an almost 90-degree turn, defying gravity as it arced high above the hole. This bizarre mass shot, as some called it, rolled an incredible 60 feet sideways before finally finding its resting place in the cup. Speaking of setting records, Jordan Spieth made history at the 2013 John Deere Classic. At just 19 years old, he became the youngest PGA Tour winner in 82 years. Spieth started the final round with a disadvantage, trailing behind by 6 strokes. He even stumbled with a bogey on the first hole. But his resilience shone through as he birdied 5 of the last 6 holes, with a truly remarkable moment on the 18th. Facing a challenging bunker shot, Spieth himself called it the luckiest shot I've ever hit in my life. The thin shot bounced perfectly, hitting the pin and finding the cup for a dramatic birdie. This clutch play forced a sudden death playoff. The pressure was on in the 5-hole playoff, but Spieth held his nerve while his competitors missed opportunities. He ultimately emerged victorious with a 26-inch putt on the 18th green for the 5th and final time that day. Another unlikely victory belongs to Jonathan Bird at the 2010 Justin Timberlake Shriners Hospitals for Children Open. Following 3 grueling playoff holes that tested the nerves of all contenders, Bird, Martin Laird, and Cameron Percy found themselves back on the 17th hole, a par 3 challenge at TPC Summerline. As dusk began to settle, Bird opted for a 6-iron. A fateful decision. Realizing the fading light might limit further play, Bird channeled his focus into a single, unforgettable swing. The result? A perfect hole-in-one, the ball disappearing into the cup for a tournament-winning ace. This was the first time in PGA Tour history that a sudden death playoff was settled by an ace. The stunned silence was broken by Bird's own question to his caddy. Did that go in? The answer is a resounding yes. Even Justin Timberlake, the tournament host at the time, couldn't help but bow down in awe of Bird's remarkable achievement. As astonishing as every shot has been so far, nothing comes close to Tiger Woods' 2005 Masters victory. This is the stuff of legends, and a large part of that legend comes from a single, unforgettable shot on the 16th hole in the final round. Facing intense pressure with the lead hanging in the balance, Tiger found himself in a precarious situation on the par 3. His tee shot landed in the rough, leaving him with a challenging chip shot for birdie. He chipped the ball out of the rough, aiming for a tiny target. An old ball marked the size of a dime, according to his caddy. The ball landed perfectly on the green, rolling down the slope before coming to rest on the lip of the cup. For a heart-stopping moment, it teetered on the edge. Then, suddenly, it plunged in, leaving the crowd and commentator Verna Lundquist erupting in a joyous, "Oh wow." This chip shot guaranteed Tiger's lead and paved the way for his eventual playoff victory over Chris DiMarco. More importantly, this shot is undeniable proof of Tiger Woods' talent. So, from Tiger Woods' iconic chip-in for victory at the 2005 Masters to Robert Gomez's impossible putt at the 1990 Nestlé Invitational, these were the most jaw-dropping shots in golf history.